I think what I liked most about working with Mr. Bisig was each meeting that we had, each coaching session that we had, held something new, held something exciting. Going into it, I didn't really foresee how enjoyable the process would really be, and that's what he really does. He takes an otherwise stressful, confusing process and makes it a very streamlined, enjoyable process. So every session that we had was not only very productive in us getting things done, moving a step forward as far as applications go, colleges go, scholarships go, essays go. But he's also just a joy to talk to and to be there with. He's a very down to earth person, and so he acted as a mentor, a coach, and a friend. So it was after our first couple of meetings, I looked forward to every meeting we had, just to go there, just talk about life, talk about college, and he really served as a mentor through that whole process. And so it was just invaluable to have him in that process. So I really just liked the main thing that I liked was how he made the process very enjoyable and something that wasn't stressful like it is for so many kids.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Paul to a degree on that. Applying for colleges is not a walk in the park by any means. There's so much that goes into it, and I really feel that's kind of what some students lose by not working with Mr. Busy. They don't realize how much greater they can portray themselves and that they can become through the college process. It's not only about selling yourself; it's also becoming that person that you can be. To be the best candidate, the best student, the best person possible. And working with Mr. Bisig, it's kind of a twofold benefit in my opinion. Two main benefits. One is that you kind of have like an accountability partner, to keep you in line. If you have 140 high school students in a room, 138 are going to be procrastinators. So having the opportunity and having the accountability to have to check in with him, to be able to check in with him on, how you're doing on your application, on, writing down the activities that you've done. How are you doing on this essay, that essay? How is your ACT studying gone? Things like that. It keeps you in check, and it allows you to be able to focus in every single week on something new. So you're not overwhelmed by the end with everything that you have to do that you haven't done because you're procrastinating. So like Paul said, meeting with him every week, or sometimes more often than every week, it's helped me stay accountable for what I need to do and when I need to do it. And secondly, like Paul said, Paul already hit on this already, he's not only a college advisor or a coach, but he's also, a really good friend. And being able to have that relationship with someone that does care about you individually, as opposed to, a high school counselor who's trying to deal with hundreds of students at a time and can only commit, maybe 30 minutes a week to helping you out, versus Mr. Bisig, who can commit as much time as you need to help you out individually and personalize your time and not always have to, go back and review what you've done. He knows what you've done. He keeps up with you, and he really cares about your life. For example, I know whenever I went into a meeting, or whenever I ended a meeting, whenever we ended a meeting, he would always ask, what are your plans for the weekend? What are you guys doing this week? And I would always tell him, like, oh, we're going out of town vacation. I've got a sports event this evening. Next meeting we had, he'd always ask, how was vacation? How was your sporting event? How was this? How was that? So that's the one thing that really, it shows he cares about you as an individual, as a student. And it's just incredible to have that, experience that, with other college advisors you otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah, and the fact that he cares about you so individually about your life as a whole and not just your college process, I feel that gives him the extra edge in helping you out, because it's one thing if you have somebody who's helping you out that doesn't really know you as a person, just kind of knows, like if someone knows you on paper, they can help you to an extent, but Mr. Bisig knows you as a person. He takes the time to get to know stuff about you, about your family, about what you care about. And so the fact that he knows that, it just gives so much more opportunity for him to help you out, and he really can just individualize that process through him really caring about you as a person.
Yeah, it just sets him apart from anyone else
Yeah,
we've dealt with. So.
definitely.